My child, pause for a moment. Stop whatever you are doing. Stop even your hurried breath. And place your hand on your chest. Can you hear it? Deep inside that chest, there is a fire quietly burning. The fire of words not yet spoken. The fire of words already spoken that are still hot. The fire of resentment, regret, remorse. Some people live their whole lives in wealth, power, fame, yet when night falls, they are left only with silent tears. Tears for a sentence long ago that pushed away their loved ones forever. Tears for one moment they could not control their tongue. And lost family, career, everything. I once met a man in his 50s. Tears streaming down his face as he told me, "Master, just one sentence, get out of my sight," to my son when he was rude. And now for 15 years my son has never come home. He left the country, even changed his phone number. I have money to buy the whole world, but I cannot buy back one apology from my child. Does it hurt when you hear this? It hurts right here. Touch your heart. That is the power of speech. But it is also the power of silence. The Buddha taught, of the 3 karmas, the karma of speech is the most frightening. The body has not yet done evil. The mind has not yet thought evil. But the mouth only needs to move once. And evil karma is already created. Long ago a Zen master asked his disciple, "What is the sharpest thing in this world?" The disciple answered, "A sword." "Master." The master shook his head. "A diamond?" Again the master shook his head. He gently pointed to the disciple's mouth and said, "Your tongue. It can kill a person without spilling a single drop of blood." That is why the ancients said, when the mouth opens, vital energy scatters. Once a word leaves the lips, it can never return. My child, today we will not study profound teachings in temples. We will only study 3 priceless jewels that everyone carries with them every day. Silence and right speech. Contentment, knowing enough so the heart becomes light as cloud. Patience, the invincible strength that no one can defeat. These 3 jewels are not far away. They are in your very breath at this moment. If you are ready, close your eyes for 1 second, breathe deeply, and let us step together into a journey that can change your entire life. Simply by being silent at the right time, knowing enough at the right time, and being patient at the right time. Are you ready? Good. We begin. My child, we often mistake silence for weakness, for giving in, for losing, but the Buddha taught that silence is the greatest wing of the wise. When you learn to be silent at the right moment, you will find the whole world suddenly becomes much lighter. Once a high-ranking official retired and told me that during 40 years in office, he was very good at speaking, very good at debating. Everyone feared his sharp tongue. Yet when he grew old, he realized that the deepest relationships in his life were precisely with those he had once scolded and spoken harshly to. He said, "Master, only now do I understand, speaking a lot is not talent. Silence is true courage." In the scriptures, the Buddha spoke of 4 qualities that wise people always consider before opening their mouth. First, speech must be true. Once the Buddha was walking for alms with a monk when a hunter chasing a deer asked, "Venerable Sir, did you see a deer run this way?" The Buddha remained silent. After the hunter left, the monk asked in surprise, "World-honored one, the deer clearly ran this way. Why didn't you tell the truth?" The Buddha smiled. "If I had told the truth, the deer would die. I chose silence to save a life. Speaking the truth that harms others is worse than silence." Second, speech must be timely. There are times when truth needs to be spoken immediately. But there are also times when truth must wait for the right moment. Like a mother advising her child, if the child is angry and the mother speaks right away, the child will react. But mother waits until the child calms down, then gently offers advice, and the child accepts more easily. Third, speech must be gentle and skillful. The Buddha taught that even if it is true and timely, if spoken rudely or offensively, it still becomes harsh speech. Once a young monk made a mistake. Instead of rebuking him in front of the assembly, the Buddha called him privately, placed a hand on his shoulder and said, "My child, you are intelligent. Only because of one moment of unmindfulness you did that. Next time be more careful." Hearing this, the monk cried in repentance and from then on practiced diligently. Fourth, speech must arise from loving kindness. Even if true, timely, and gentle, if the heart still harbors anger or the desire to win, that speech remains poison. Only when the heart is truly peaceful and loving does speech become loving words that heal the listener. My child, so when should we be completely silent? When speech lacks those four qualities. When speaking only increases suffering. When speaking only satisfies the ego. When speaking only to prove we are right. Then silence is best. Silence in those moments is not avoidance. It is the highest wisdom, the greatest compassion. There is a story I love to tell. A Zen master was meditating under a tree when a woman came running, crying and complaining about how terrible her husband was. The master listened for a while, then fell silent. The woman grew angrier, finally shouting, "You are a fake. Someone is suffering and you just sit there saying nothing." The master remained silent. She left in fury. 3 days later she returned, knelt and apologized. "Venerable sir, when I went home and reflected, I saw my own faults too. I talked to my husband and our family has reconciled." The master smiled. "I was silent not because I didn't care, but because I knew only silence could help you see yourself." Do you see, my child? Sometimes 1 minute of silence from a wise person can change an entire life. My child, slow down a little. We are talking about the most dangerous thing that everyone carries with them every day, the tongue. People often say, the tongue has no bone. It can twist in many ways. But in Buddhism it is called karma of speech, the karma that forms the fastest, bears the heaviest consequences, and is the hardest to repent. There was a wealthy layperson who came to the temple crying to me, "Master, I donate hundreds of billions to charity. I'm vegetarian lifelong. I chant Buddha's name every day. Why am I still suffering like this?" I gently asked, "Do you often speak words that hurt others?" He froze for a moment and then burst into tears. "I often scold employees. Swear, speak ill of partners. I thought they were just words." I sighed. "Those very words have burned away all the merit you created." The Buddha taught in the sutras, when one thought of anger arises, 1,000,000 doors of obstacles open. The tongue is like a venomous snake. Just one spit of poison is enough to kill an entire forest of merit you have cultivated for years. Long ago there was a monk who practiced very well. But once in anger he spoke harshly to a junior monk. That night he dreamed he fell into hell, where demons cut his tongue into 100 pieces. Waking up in terror, he ran to repent before the Buddha. The Buddha taught, "Your tongue has not yet been cut in reality, but the karma has already been created. Fortunately you know to repent in time." From then on, that monk vowed to speak only loving words for the rest of his life, and finally attained arahatship. My child, we often think, speaking to feel good, is harmless. But every cruel word is like an arrow leaving the bow, it never flies back. There was a mother who, because her son was wayward, cursed, "Just die and be done with it." Then one day an accident happened, and the son really left forever. From then on that mother lived as if dead, kneeling before the altar every day crying, "Mom only said that, why did heaven make it come true?" That is why practitioners must always remember, before speaking, ask yourself 3 questions. 1. Is this true? 2. Is it necessary to say it now? 3. Does it bring benefit and love to the listener? If the answer to any is no, then it is best to remain silent. Silence at that moment is the greatest blessing you give yourself and others. I often advise my disciples, every morning upon waking, place your hand over your mouth and vow, "Today I vow to guard my speech as I guard precious jade." To speak words as if scattering flowers. Just practice this for 3 months, and you will see your life change miraculously. Relationships you thought were broken will heal themselves. Old enmities will naturally dissolve, and your heart will become light as drifting clouds. My child, if you want to live a single day without a trace of affliction, learn this immediately. Never go looking for the faults of others. As long as you still see the faults of others, you are pouring suffering into your own heart, drop by drop. The Buddha taught, a true practitioner always sees their own faults and forgets the faults of others. It sounds simple, but if you can do this, your whole life will be like a lotus blooming in mud, still pure. still fragrant even when surrounded by filth. I once met an 80-year-old lady with rosy skin and sparkling eyes. Everyone asked what she ate to stay so young. She smiled gently. I eat rice with my own mistakes every day. Surprised, I asked more. She said, every night before sleep. I sit alone and recall where I spoke wrongly today. What I did wrongly. What I thought wrongly. I repent everything. Then sleep peacefully like a child. As for others' faults, I forgot them long ago. I save my memory only for joyful things. She lived to 95 without ever being sick a single day. Do you see? When you keep looking for others' faults, you are like someone holding a flashlight shining on dust in someone else's house while your own home is pitch black. The result is you only see dust everywhere, while your own house is full of cobwebs you never notice. There was a famous Zen master whose disciples often complained, "Master, I see this senior monk is lazy. That junior monk is greedy for food. That novice talks too much, why don't you scold them?" The master laughed. You have only practiced 3 years and already see the faults of hundreds of people. I have practiced 50 years and still only see my own faults, and I haven't even seen them all yet. The whole assembly fell silent, and from then on everyone focused on sweeping their own mind instead of sweeping others. Long ago King Ashoka, after converting to Buddhism, had a famous sentence engraved on stone pillars. The greatest enemy in a person's life is none other than one's own angry mind and the mind that seeks the faults of others. He once killed millions out of anger. Only after repenting did he understand that every time we criticize someone, we stab ourselves with a knife. My child, it is the same in family life. Husband and wife who constantly point out each other's faults turn their home into a battlefield in just a few years. But if each person only fixes their own faults, the home becomes a pure land in just a few months. I know a couple on the verge of divorce. The wife came to me crying, "My husband had an affair. I can't forgive him." I asked, "Do you have any faults?" She angrily said, "I have no faults." I told her to go home for 1 week and only write down her own faults, not her husband's. 1 week later she returned beaming, "Master, I saw I had so many faults too, always nagging, jealous for no reason, controlling my husband." I apologized to him, and now he has apologized to me. Our family is happy again. Just 1 week changed an entire home. So starting today, practice this. Whenever you see someone's fault, smile and think silently. This is a lesson for me. Thank you for giving me a chance to practice. Then turn back and examine yourself. Do this and you will find life suddenly becomes incredibly light, because you are no longer carrying sacks full of the world's faults on your shoulders. My child, now we come to the second jewel, contentment, knowing when enough is enough. People usually chase after more money, more houses, more fame, more love, more power, but few realize that true happiness lies in the word, enough. Just one word, enough, can end all suffering. I once met a young millionaire, luxury cars, huge villas, beautiful wife, lovely children. Everyone thought he must be very happy. Yet he came to me with dark circles under his eyes. "Master, I have everything but I can't sleep at night. I'm afraid of losing it all. Afraid others will surpass me. Afraid no one will love me when the money is gone." I gently asked, "Have you ever felt enough?" He shook his head. I told him to go home for 1 month. Eat only 3 simple vegetarian meals a day. Wear old clothes. Walk instead of driving. And write down his feelings. 1 month later he returned beaming, "Master, for the first time in my life I know what enough feels like. I feel richer than anyone because I'm no longer afraid of losing." The Buddha taught, the person who knows contentment, even sleeping on the ground, is like sleeping in heaven. The person who does not know contentment, even in heaven, feels like hell. This is not just empty talk. My child, long ago there was Prince Patali who lived in silk and luxury, but his heart was always restless, fearing loss of his throne. One day he heard the Buddha teach about contentment, let go of everything, became a monk, and with only 3 robes and 1 alms bowl lived in peace until the end of his life. People called him the prince who knew contentment, and he laughed. "I am no longer a prince. I am the richest person in the world because I lack nothing." Greed is the most chronic disease of humanity. Greed for money leads to fighting. Greed for beauty leads to infatuation. Greed for fame leads to anxiety. Greed for food and sleep tires both body and mind. I see many young people today chasing money until exhausted, finally full of illness, lying on a hospital bed sighing, "If only I had known contentment earlier. I wouldn't be like this now." There was a poor old lady living in a thatched hut. But every day with just a bowl of rice and vegetables and a cup of hot tea she smiled broadly. Ask if she is happy. She says, "Very happy, my child, because I know when enough is enough." My child, contentment is not laziness, not refusing to work. Contentment is working wholeheartedly but not letting the heart be bound by money. It is earning enough to feed oneself, enough to give charity, then stopping to spend time with family, with practice, with oneself. The person who knows contentment always has a light heart, sleeps well, eats well, laughs a lot, and even dies without fear because there is nothing left to lose. Today try practicing one day of contentment. Eat until just full. Wear until just warm. Use until just enough. Think until just enough. Then in the evening you will feel your heart incredibly light, as if you have just dropped a ton of burden. Contentment is the greatest treasure that needs no bank to keep. No thief can steal, and the more you share, the more it grows. My child, greed is the biggest fire that burns the happiness of sentient beings. The Buddha taught that all suffering in this world stems from the word, greed. Greed is not just wanting more. It is never feeling enough, even if you own mountains of gold. You still feel lacking. I have witnessed too many tragedies caused only by greed. A middle-aged man came to me pale-faced. "Master, save me, I'm about to go to prison." It turned out he was a bank director with a monthly salary of hundreds of millions. But seeing friends with villas and supercars, he couldn't accept it. He began embezzling, first a few hundred million, then billions, then hundreds of billions. When discovered he lost everything, job, family, freedom, only a long prison sentence remained. He cried, "Master, if only I had known contentment back then, I would still be a decent person now." Greed for money is terrible. Greed for beauty is even worse. History is full of dynasties that collapsed because of one beautiful woman. King Yu of Zhou lit beacon fires just to make Bao Si smile, losing his entire kingdom. King Fuchai of Wu forgot national revenge because of Shi, finally committing suicide by the river. Not only kings, ordinary people too. So many families broken just because of a moment of infatuation with beauty. Then when beauty fades, only tears and regret remain. Greed for fame is even more miserable. Those who crave fame worry day and night about being surpassed, being forgotten, not being recognized. There was a famous professor with shelves full of books, constantly praised in the press. Yet every night he stayed awake fearing someone younger and more talented. He told me, "Master, the higher the fame, the colder the wind. I'm so scared." Eventually he suffered severe depression and had to be hospitalized. Fame is like soap bubbles, the bigger you blow, the easier they burst. Greed for food and sleep seems light but is no less heavy. Greed for food brings obesity, diabetes, heart disease. Greed for sleep makes the spirit lethargic, loses all willpower. Merit also dissipates due to laziness. The Buddha taught, the person who loves sleep is like a pig in a pen, only waiting for the day to be slaughtered. My child, there is only one cure for greed: contemplate impermanence. Every morning upon waking, look in the mirror and ask yourself, if I die today, can I take money with me? Beauty? Fame? The answer is no. Everything is only borrowed for a few decades, then must be returned. When you truly understand this, greed naturally dissolves, and contentment naturally appears. I often teach a small practice, every night before sleep. Count whether you have enough today, enough rice to eat, enough clothes to wear, enough shelter, enough loved ones. If enough, smile and sleep. Just practice for 100 days, and you will see you are richer than all those still chasing greed out there. Because only the person who knows contentment is the richest person in the world, while the greedy person, even owning the whole world, still feels poor. My child, now we come to the final jewel, the brightest, hardest, most precious one: patience. The Buddha taught that of all practices, patience is supreme. Without patience, all other merits are like castles built on sand, one wave of anger sweeps them all away. People often think patience is enduring humiliation, weakness, cowardice, but no, patience is the greatest strength, the greatest courage, the greatest wisdom. The person who can endure what others cannot, do what others cannot, is the true hero. I still remember the story of a woman who came to the temple with a face full of bruises. She cried, "Master, my husband has beaten me for 10 years. I can't endure anymore. I want divorce." I gently asked, "Do you endure because you are afraid or because you love?" She was stunned. I told her the story of Princess Diamond in the scriptures, in a previous life. Because of arrogance, she mocked a monk with terrible skin disease. So in this life she was born ugly and foul-smelling, shunned by all. But by sincerely repenting and vowing to practice the perfection of patience, she finally transformed her karma. Her body became beautiful and fragrant, and she attained sainthood. I told her, "My child, your husband beating you is fruit. But if you respond with anger, you plant new seeds. Endure out of love, for him, for your children, for yourself. Endure to transform karma, not just to suffer." 3 years later she returned to the temple holding her husband's hand, both kneeling in gratitude. "Master, my husband has completely changed. He loves me so much now. Our family is happy again. Just through patience, resentment turned to grace, hatred turned to love." Long ago the god Indra was terribly insulted by an asura, yet Indra smiled and endured. His charioteer asked in surprise, "You are king of gods. Why not get angry?" Indra replied, "I endure because I do not want to be like that low person. Low people get angry. Superior people practice patience." Those words moved the asura to surrender. "My child, the saying, 1 moment of patience brings 9 blessings, is not empty. Every time you can be patient, you save your own life. Because anger is like holding a hot coal, others throw it at you, but your hand burns first." The Buddha taught, when one thought of anger arises, 1,000,000 doors of obstacles open. But conversely, when one thought of patience arises, 1,000,000 doors of blessings open. Patience is not only for big things. Patience is enduring little by little in daily life, enduring traffic jams, enduring slander, enduring children's misbehavior, enduring colleagues' betrayal, enduring bodily pain. Every time you endure, you accumulate one more diamond in your soul's treasury. From today, practice the perfection of patience. This way, when someone makes you upset, smile and think silently, "Thank you for giving me a chance to practice patience." Then take a deep breath and let go. Just do it 10 times, and you will see anger has no place to stay. And your heart will open wide like the sky. Patience is the key that opens the gate of nirvana right here in ordinary life. My child, if greed is a slow disease, anger is a forest fire. Just one small spark is enough to burn down the entire forest of merit you have painstakingly cultivated for years. The Buddha taught that of all poisons, anger is the strongest, for it controls your mind, making you lose reason, lose compassion, lose humanity in an instant. I once met a successful man, big company, thousands of employees, everyone respected him, yet because of one insulting remark from a partner at a party, he lost his temper, slammed the table, cursed, even fought. Result: the partner sued. The company lost $100 billion contract. Stocks crashed. Family fell apart from shame. He came to me, knelt down crying like a child, "Master, just 1 minute of anger and I lost everything. Now I understand, anger makes you lose wisdom, is real." In the scriptures there is a famous line, "When one thought of anger arises, 1,000,000 doors of obstacles open." Anger is like stabbing yourself in the chest hoping the enemy will die. The enemy is unharmed, while you bleed profusely. Long ago there was a monk who was only one step from arahantship. One day he was severely insulted, couldn't endure, responded in anger. That night he dreamed of falling into hell, demons pouring boiling oil into his mouth. Waking in terror, he ran to repent before the Buddha. The Buddha taught, "You were only one step from the fruit. But one thought of anger pushed you back 3 incalculable eons. Fortunately, you turned back. From then on, he vowed the perfection of patience and finally attained the fruit. My child, anger harms not only this life but countless future lives. Someone in a moment of anger cursed her husband. Then he really died in an accident. That wife has lived in a hell of the mind ever since. Crying every day. If only I had endured a little. Someone in anger beat their child. The child ran away, finally died alone. That father even in old age wanders the streets muttering. Anger makes you lose wisdom. So how to extinguish anger? The Buddha taught the only way is to contemplate loving kindness. When someone makes you angry, pause for 1 second, breathe deeply, and think, this person is suffering. That's why they make me suffer. If I also get angry, both suffer. I love them. I forgive. Just contemplate like that 3 times and the fire of anger cools by itself. I often teach a small practice, whenever about to get angry. Place your hand on your heart and silently recite, compassion, 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 or chant, Namo Amitabha Buddha, 10 times. Just 10 times and the fire of anger vanishes immediately. Someone practiced for 1 month. Anger reduced by 90%. Heart light is flying. My child, do not let anger control you. Control anger with compassion and patience. For only compassion can extinguish the fire of anger. Only patience can turn enemies into friends. The person who conquers anger is the one who wins the greatest battle of life. My child, patience is not something grand reserved only for saints. But small things you can do right now. Today, the Buddha taught that the perfection of patience has 6 levels. From easy to difficult, anyone can start from level 1 and gradually rise until becoming invincible. Level 1. Enduring cold and heat of the body. Freezing winter, scorching summer, body aches, yet you still smile and accept without complaining. I knew an old lady with terminal cancer. In such pain she couldn't sleep. Yet every time grandchildren visited she smiled, Grandma is fine. Grandma is paying old debts. She endured bodily pain while her mind remained at peace, passing away serenely without a groan. Level 2. Enduring insulting words. People curse, slander, falsely accuse, yet you remain silent and smiling, without retaliating. There was a young woman constantly harshly scolded by her mother-in-law every day. She only bowed, yes, then returned to her room to chant Buddha's name. 3 years later the mother-in-law had a stroke, and it was she who cared for every meal and sleep. The mother-in-law cried, "My child, forgive me, I made you suffer for years." She smiled, "Don't apologize. Mother, thank you for giving me a chance to practice patience." From then on they loved each other like blood mother and daughter. Level 3. Enduring harmful actions. People beat, rob, harm your body, yet you keep compassion without resentment. Long ago a Zen master had his hand cut off by a robber. Blood pouring, yet he joined his remaining hand and said, "I do not resent you. I only hope you use this money for good." The robber was moved, knelt to take refuge, and later became a famous high monk. Level 4. Enduring great adversities like losing loved ones, bankruptcy, accidents. Your heart remains calm, deeply believing in cause and effect, still smiling in acceptance. I knew a father who lost his only son in an accident. Everyone thought he would collapse. Yet he came to the temple, knelt before Buddha crying, "I thank Buddha for lending me that child for 20 years. Now Buddha takes him back. I return him." He continued charity work, still laughed and talked cheerfully. Everyone admired him. Level 5. Enduring obstacles in practice. When meditation is good, suddenly demonic disturbances come. Body sick, mind chaotic, yet you persist without giving up. Level 6. Enduring the ignorance of sentient beings. Seeing beings suffer yet unable to save them. Heart still compassionate without anger. My child, don't think patience is too lofty. Start with the smallest things today. Endure traffic jams without honking. Endure someone cutting in line without grumbling. Endure children spilling rice without scolding. Endure husband coming home late without questioning. Every small endurance plants a diamond seed in your mind field. I often teach a short verse to recite when about to lose patience. 1 moment of patience. Storms calm immediately. 100 moments of patience. Blessings fill your hands. Patience is precious medicine. Healing all diseases. Patience is armor. Fearing no swords or spears. Just recite this when difficult to endure, and you will feel miraculous power. Patience does not weaken you. Patience makes you the strongest person in the world. For nothing can defeat a heart that has chosen forgiveness and love. My child, the three jewels we have just walked through are not separate things, they are an inseparable whole. Silence nourishes contentment. Contentment nourishes patience. And patience protects silence. When you have all three jewels in your heart, you will feel you lack nothing more, whether living in ordinary life or in the middle of storms. Imagine your life as a boat in the open sea. Greed is the holes in the boat. The more greed, the more holes. Suffering floods in faster. Contentment is the planks that seal those holes, keeping the boat from sinking. Anger is the fierce winds trying to capsize the boat. Patience is the sturdy oar helping you ride the waves. And silence is the rudder, guiding the boat in the right direction without getting lost amid thousands of life's noises. As long as you hold tight to these three, your life's boat will safely reach the shore of nirvana right in the sea of suffering. I often see people who practice very well, meditating for hours, chanting sutras all day, but just one harsh word from a loved one and anger flares. Greed rises again. All effort vanishes. Why? Because they only practice on the surface, not yet cultivating these three root jewels. But those who are truly at peace, even without long meditation or much chanting, remain silent at the right time, content every day, patient in every moment. Their hearts are always like a still lake, not a ripple. There was an ordinary laywoman who sold vegetables at the market. Everyone thought she only knew buying and selling. Yet every time I visited, she beamed, "Master, I'm so happy." It turned out she practiced the three jewels very simply. When customers bargained low, she silently smiled and sold cheap without arguing. Whatever she earned, she knew was enough without wanting more. When customers scolded, she patiently bowed in greeting. She said, "I don't know long sutras, but I chant sutras with my mouth, my heart, my actions every day." She lived to 98, passing away gently as if asleep, a peaceful smile still on her lips. My child, from today you don't need to go to the temple often or meditate long. Just carry these three jewels with you everywhere. When about to speak cruel words, be silent. When the heart wants more, remember contentment. When anger is about to explode, be patient and smile. Just these three small things are enough to change your entire destiny and your descendants too. I often tell disciples, the person who has these three jewels in their heart is rich even if poor, joyful even if suffering, alive even in death, because they have found the true treasure, the treasure no one can steal. Time cannot destroy, karma cannot break. That is peace and freedom. Nirvana realized right here in ordinary life. Are you ready to take these three jewels home? If yes, place your hand on your heart right now and silently vow, "I vow to practice silence, contentment, and patience every day." Just that one vow alone already fills you with boundless blessings. My child, theory sounds beautiful, but only when you bring these three jewels into every moment of life do they truly shine. Today I will walk you through one ordinary day, just one day, but if you live like this, your whole life will be paradise. Early morning, when the alarm rings, instead of grabbing it and grumbling, "Oh no, only 5 o'clock," lie still for a moment. Breathe deeply 3 times and smile. Silently vow, "Today I vow to guard my speech as precious jade, to know contentment as owning treasure, to wear patience as armor." Just that 1-minute vow protects the entire day. When brushing teeth and washing face, look in the mirror. This body is still healthy, limbs complete, granted one more day to live. Smile with contentment. Do not compare with anyone prettier or richer. Just feel you are already so rich because you can still breathe, still see sunlight. At breakfast, even if only rice and vegetables, a cup of hot tea. Join hands in gratitude. I have enough food, enough warmth, enough love. Eat until just full. No more bites out of greed. Because of contentment the heart is light. On the road to work, traffic jam, people cutting in, honking wildly. Do not honk back. Do not swear. Just breathe and silently recite, patience. Patience. Think. Everyone is hurried like me. Suffering like me. Just a few minutes of patience and you keep peace. While others fill their hearts with anger. At the office, boss scolds unjustly. Colleagues gossip behind your back, silently smile. Do not justify. Do not retaliate. Remember the Buddha's words, silence is golden. Know that speaking now only adds fuel to fire. Silence is the best way to extinguish it. When leaving work, do not bring resentment home. Do not complain to wife and children. Just gently hug your wife. Play with your kids, heart clean as if nothing happened. Evening, sit in a small corner for just 10 minutes. Close eyes, watch the breath. Recall how many times today you were silent. Content, patient, smile thanking yourself. Then repent moments you failed. Vow tomorrow better. Just 10 minutes and your heart is washed clean. Before sleep, lie still, hand on belly. Breathe deeply and let go of everything from the day. No clinging to old stories. No worrying about tomorrow, only here. Only now. Content with a day fully lived. Patient with imperfections. Silent so the heart settles like a night lake. Then sleep, sleep soundly like a child. Because there is nothing left to lose. Nothing left to fight for. My child, just one day lived like this and you already live differently from most people. They may have billions, mansions, luxury cars, but at night their hearts are stormy. You, even with simple clothes and rice, have an ocean of peace in your heart. One such day, multiplied into hundreds, thousands, a whole life, you have found nirvana already. No need to wait for next lives. My child, theory is only the seed. Stories are the fertile soil that makes the seed sprout in your heart. Today I will tell you real stories of ordinary people like you and me who, by holding tightly to the 3 jewels, turned hell into heaven in this very life. The first story is of Min, a ride-hailing driver famous for his hot temper. Customers bargained a little low and he swore. Traffic jam and he honked madly. Evenings he argued with his wife. One day he drove me, heard me teach about silence and patience, laughed and said, "Master, easy to say, how to endure." I just smiled and gave him a small paper. Every time you want to curse, endure 1 minute, chant Amitabha once. He tried. 3 months later he returned to the temple, eyes shining. "Master, I can endure now." Customers bargain low, I still smile. Traffic jam, I chant Buddha. My wife says I'm a different person. Our home is happy now. Income increased because customers like me and tip more. Just 3 months holding the 3 jewels and Min's life turned completely around. The second story is of Lan, a single mother raising 3 small children. Husband left for another woman. She was hurt and resentful. Cried every day. Cursed her ex-husband in her heart. Came to the temple. Heard me teach about patience and contentment. Went home and practiced. No more bad-mouthing ex-husband. Every night sat chanting, "Thank you life for giving me 3 healthy children," and content with what she had. 1 year later she opened a small eatery. Crowded because she always smiled. Always patient with difficult customers. Now she says, "I no longer hate my ex-husband. I thank him for giving me a chance to practice. Now I'm truly rich. Master, rich in joy." The third story is of old man too. Paralyzed by stroke. Children busy, rarely visited. He lay there full of resentment. I visited and taught him to practice the 3 jewels right on his sickbed. Silence without complaining. Contentment with each spoonful fed. Patience with bodily pain. He did. Every day he just lay chanting Buddha and smiling. 3 months later he could walk again. Children naturally visited more seeing him cheerful. He laughed. I thought I was dying. Who knew thanks to patience and contentment I live again. There are many more stories. A young teacher cured of depression just by staying silent and not gossiping about colleagues. A businessman bankrupt yet did not suicide because content with what remained. An old lady with cancer passed peacefully because patient with pain. All ordinary people, no supernatural powers, no miracles, simply holding tightly to the 3 jewels the Buddha gave. My child, these people are not far away, they are your neighbors, your friends, and tomorrow they can be you. Just decide today, I will live with silence, contentment, and patience, and your life will write a new story. more beautiful than anything you ever dreamed. My child, surely in your heart right now there are two voices. One says, yes, it's wonderful, I can do it. The other whispers, how can I endure? How can I stay silent? I've been hot-tempered since childhood. How can I be content when seeing others richer? Don't worry, I understand completely. I was once like you, a hot-tempered young man, greedy for money and fame, thinking patience was weakness. Once when young, betrayed by a friend, I was so angry I trembled. Lay at night planning revenge. I intended to write a cursing letter, meet and fight, ruin his reputation. But at that moment I remembered my master's words, my child. Anger is like drinking poison hoping the other dies. I stopped, meditated one night, cried like rain seeing my own stupidity. Next morning I met that friend, only smiled and said, thank you for giving me a great lesson. He was stunned, finally knelt to apologize. We reconciled, and I kept my mind pure. From then I knew patience is not just enduring, it is conquering oneself. The hardest but most glorious battle. My child, you will fail many times. There will be days you stay silent in the morning but speak hurtful words to family in the afternoon. Days you feel content at breakfast but scroll phone comparing with others at night. Days you are patient with strangers but explode at loved ones. That is normal. Even the Buddha said, I taught for 49 years. Yet some heard and forgot everything. How much more for us just beginning? When you fail, do not beat yourself. Do not scold, why am I so stupid? Just do one thing, smile. Place hand on heart and say, well, this time I couldn't. Next time I'll do better. That one sentence means you already won. Because you didn't let failure create more failure, you treated yourself with compassion. I often teach a short verse to recite whenever you lose temper. Give in to greed, or speak too much, it happened. It's already done, repent right away. Give a smile, tomorrow the sun rises again, the three jewels still lie in your heart. My child, practice is not never falling, practice is falling and standing up faster. Ordinary people fall once and stay down, practitioners fall once and stand up with a smile and stronger heart. And here is the greatest secret I give you, every night before sleep. No matter how many times you failed that day, join hands and give thanks. I thank today for giving me so many chances to practice. Just that one thank you makes your sleep sweet. And tomorrow you will have more strength to practice better. My child, do not fear failure. Failure is the strictest teacher, but also the one who loves you most. As long as you do not give up, the three jewels will gradually polish you into a shining diamond in ordinary life. My child, we have walked a long journey together. I have told you so many stories, held your hand through every corner of your mind, wiped your tears when you feared you couldn't do it. Now only one final step remains. I want to give you the greatest gift I have kept my whole life. That gift is not gold or silver, not supernatural powers, not immortality. That gift is the three jewels we have polished together: silence, contentment, patience. I give them to you not to lock in a glass case, but to wear on your heart every day, every hour, every minute. From this moment, treat these three jewels as your breath. Without them, you will suffocate in ordinary life. With them, you will fly even while your feet touch the ground. I bless you, every morning when you wake. May your mouth bloom with silent smiles, your heart overflow with contentment, your body and mind protected by the armor of patience. Every time someone hurts you, may you only smile and whisper, thank you for giving me one more chance to practice. Every time your heart wants a little more, may you look at the sky and say, I already have enough to be happy. Every time anger is about to explode, may you take one deep breath and recite, enduring this moment saves my whole life. I bless you to be the first in your family to live like this. So your spouse learns from you. Your children grow up seeing parents as saints in daily life. Your friends look at you and wonder, why is he so calm? Why is he so happy? And then they will follow you. And the world will have a little less suffering simply because you chose to live differently. I bless you that when you lie down for the last time, a smile still remains on your lips, the three jewels still shining in your heart. So when you close your eyes, you have nothing left to regret. No one left to resent. Nothing left to crave. Only a gentle whisper, I have lived fully. My child, I am old. I don't have much time left. But I am happy because I met you. Because I could give you the most precious gift I have. Now it is your turn to receive it and pass it on to the world. I bow my head and bless you from the bottom of my heart. May you always be protected by right silence. May your heart forever know contentment and joy. May patience be the wings that carry you through every storm. And may you, in this very life, taste the sweetness of nirvana, of true freedom, of genuine liberation. Are you ready to receive this gift? If yes, then I smile, because I know you will do it. My child, we have come to the end of the road. I have nothing left to say. For everything that needs to be said is now held in the 3 jewels I have given you: silence, contentment, patience. Now I have only one last thing to do: let go of your hand. So you can walk on your own. I do not ask you to become a Buddha in this life. I only wish you to live as a true human being. Live without resentment toward anyone. Live without your mouth hurting anyone. Live always feeling you already have enough. When you can do that, you will see everything around you naturally change. Husband and wife love each other more. Children become better. Friends cherish you more. And even those who once hated you will one day turn back and look at you with different eyes. Not because you convinced them, but because you lived differently, lived with the 3 shining jewels in your heart. My child, I am leaving soon. I will leave quietly. I will leave with a smile. I will leave without a single regret. Because I have lived fully every day with silence, contentment, and patience. I have only one last wish. When you hear that I have gone, do not cry, just smile. Place your hand on your heart and whisper, thank you, Master, for giving me the 3 precious jewels. I will live in a way that makes you smile from there. Then stand up. Step out of the house. Look at the sky. Take a deep breath, and begin living a life truly worth living. I am going now. I leave you the whole sky of freedom. I leave you an entire treasure no one can steal. I leave you myself, in your every breath, every word, every smile from this day forward. My child, thank you for listening. Thank you for walking with me this long journey. And thank you, because from now on, you will be the lamp that lights your own path and the path of the world. I join my hands, and smile, farewell. My child. Namo Amitabha Buddha.